All right, good morning.
Good morning. You reset the timer?
Hey, I did already.
Okay. All right.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So, chapter 7 and the 10 temptations.
Oh, yes.
Now, if you didn't catch what those 10 temptations are, because they aren't numbered how you're used to, let me explain how this works. And this is a good exercise. Okay? There are the things that the Most High says to do, that if you don't do it, you are tempting the Most High's wrath against you. And 10 things that the Most High says don't do. Well, there's things, not 10 things, but there are things that the Most High says don't do,
Yes.
that if you do it, you are tempting the Most High's wrath against you. So, what you'll find is some of them are layered together. Some of them are maybe just a couple of lines, a couple of verses. Some of them is a long paragraph. Take your time out and see if you can make sense of it. See if you can find what goes together and lay out 10. Because it's from the time it says 10 temptations to the end of the chapter is complete. These are the 10 temptations and their explanations.
Yes.
Right? So when it says don't intermarry, intermarrying is a temptation. Okay? And that's just one. So you got a little clue there. Right? When it says when you come in, you're gonna have to go through what we call a shakedown. What's a shakedown? A shakedown is you're going to be asked if you have any religious materials. Any religious material. If you come in with religious materials, you will be told what you can and cannot keep. What can't be kept will be burned because it's a temptation to bring the Most High's wrath if you hide it and bring it into your home. So we'll check your jewelry. No stars, no crosses. Okay? No hands.
No onks.
No ankhs.
Right.
No ephods. You say, what? Listen, no ephods. No ephods. Nothing. Nothing that the Most High did not command you to have of an image or an idol will you be permitted to bring. I got a couple of Panthers, and it's my bookends. That's on a bookshelf. That's as long as you ain't praying to it or bowing down before it, I don't care. Decoration, I don't care. Okay? But no religious materials. So there's a shakedown. Okay? If you come here with a New Testament, we're getting rid of it. Matter of fact, we're getting rid of all the BIBLEs. And you'll say, why? Because we're going to have the same one.
Right.
That there don't be confusion. Those who come will receive this copy of all the books that we have for you to reread and restudy, and you're going to get rid of the old ones. You still have Enoch, Joshua, Jubilees, right? You still have the apocryphal, some of the apocryphal books, the ones that's mentioned by the letter of the law. So you'll still get, Susanna, Bell and the Dragon,
Maccabees,
the Prayer of Manasseh. Baruch, and the other books of Ezra. You'll get all of these. That's fine. That is not being taken away. But when it comes down to the law and the prophets, everybody will have the same books and the manuscripts, right? You'll have the same manuscripts, the same historical documents with the same fullness of explanation so that there be no confusion and there's no sin. We're not going to tempt it.
I know that's right.
So just because you come in and you get here, we're not going to allow this idle thought. There is an idol here. Okay? Well, I had this book for 10 years. It got me here. It'll get me where I'm going. Well, at that moment, that book has now led you
where you need to be.
To the grave. It's where you're going now. Because you have to learn something that the world does not know. I'm able to do what I'm doing because I have information that the world does not have. I have an understanding that is not given to any of them. And you're saying, what do you mean you have an understanding that's not given to any of them? The Most High blessed you out? No, it's not in that type of way, like some type of mystical deification. Okay? There is certain steps, certain processes, and the books explain to do things in a specific way. You are now going to receive the same information that I have to complete the work which I have started. So it's a continuation. Everybody comes in their time and they will fulfill their parts and portions. It is written. You will be of the same understanding. We have the same law and the same judgment. There's no more arguing and debating about a decision.
Right.
We all will have the same law. Right. And we can judge with equity.
Yes.
Not equality.
Right.
Judge with equity. You're being judged now by the Most High with equity. It means that his law is present and the understanding has been given. So now you, the people, can be judged by him and earn or merit the wrath you are receiving. So today we're going to go into chapter 8. So now you can play with chapter 10, see if you can figure out what the 10 temptations are, and give yourself a little footnote. All right? I'll tell you, if you don't have the book, order it from Amazon. It's like $5. And play with it. See if you can get a grasp of it. Chapter 1. Chapter 8, verse 1. Sorry. Every commandment which I command you this day, observe ye to do, that you may live. So not observing, you will die. This is why you're exchanging your books. It's for life. I had to do it. Okay? 8 years ago, I had a Slim Jimmy, a King James. And I had all of them. I had Septuagint. I had Common English. I had 1611. I had Codex Vaticanus. I had Latin Vulgate. I had all of these books. All of them are gone. I have this manuscript now, and that is it. And this manuscript is not even religious.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even studied in religious circles.
No. And I myself had Hallelujah Scripture, ISR, with the names been restored. Because I know some of you is like, well, I have this. I had to
Cephas,
get rid of all of
ISR,
it.
all of it.
Get rid of it.
It will lead you to an errant understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I don't care. Don't come here with no Josephus. No Josephus and no uncles either. On kilos. So we're not taking the words of strangers at all.
Mm.
I'm not accepting it. But your book is not written in the ancient language. I have the ancient language and you can't read it. But I also have the Chaldean language. And when I had the ancient language read to me, it reads the same.
And then, how could they say, oh, well, you don't have the ancient language? They don't even know how to read the ancient language.
I know. Don't worry about it. And remember, just because you can formulate sounds and letters, that doesn't equate to the understanding.
Right.
That's why I said when I had someone who does read it explain to me what it says, right? And this is from, again, one of the houses of the family. He's an Ishmaelite. So when he read the ancient language and said, this reads like this, and he explained it to me, the explanation he gave me when I got home and I checked the Torah, he explained it to me exactly the way it was written, and he don't read the Torah. This is what he said. And then that's how I knew I have the scrolls, fine. And this is the same understanding. So now I can get rid of all the errant understanding where they stripped out information and details, and we can move forward. Mm-hmm. So we're going to observe, to do it, to live, and multiply, and go in. So now these are the qualifications. See, so the 10 temptations.
Yes.
We're going to be initiating not doing those.
Yes.
Okay, we're not going to tempt the Most High with any of the last chapter. Mm-hmm. So in the going in, there's a shakedown. Mm-hmm. You're not gonna bring that star up in here. You're gonna burn the star. Mm-hmm. We're gonna get rid of it. It's not coming in at all. Okay? So the 10 temptations, we're going to read chapter 7, because when you come in, you're going to go through those processes on coming in. So to go into the land, you're going to need to go through this.
Right, don't even bring your menorahs.
Don't bring your menorahs.
Yeah, because the menorahs was only in the
don't bring
tabernacle.
Them. Don't bring them.
Houses.
Don't bring your candelabras. Don't bring them. Matter of fact, if you get this message, do not bring anything religious with you. No religious symbology at all. Okay? And inherit. So to go in and to later on inherit, we will have these at these times. These are two different times.
Yes.
Going in the land is the process of coming in and then obtaining the land. Mm-hmm. Then when the land you're getting ready to inherit it, there's a second stage, right? When the land is divided by lot, there's another shakedown, right? We're going to make sure we've purified ourselves and our people of these things. Which Yah swore to your fathers. And remember all the way. So you're going to remember the whole of this journey. By which Yah, your Allah, has led you these 40 years in the wilderness. So I told you we're going to be going through a 40-year process like they did. It's the same. to humble and try you to whether you will keep his commandments or not, to whether you will keep his instructions. So each instruction is appointed to a specific time and place. It is an open book test. So again, just because we do something under one instruction today, you may receive a similar instruction with alterations tomorrow. What changed? You acquired something. You got more of what the Most High has required, so it will change. Okay? There's an adjustment period from the time you come in to as you've walked a certain time, then the expectations increase. You don't go from 0 to feast days.
Right.
Let me say it again.
Yes.
You're not going to go from 0 to keeping the feast days.
Right.
Okay? So you're going to go from 0, you're going to build up, get yourselves establishments. And when I say establishments, there's businesses, and there's also your land, homes, housing, and begin redeeming your brother, begin producing from the land. Then there's the perpetuals and the Shabbats, and then the new moons, and then the festival days as they come. But a lot has to be established as far as personnel, as far as produce, as far as people. When I say, what's the difference between people and personnel? Why do you separate that? So some people are not going to be working. They're people. They're our people. Wives, sons, daughters, children. They're not working. Okay? So you have people. And then you have personnel. They're working. They're part of the infrastructure. They're part of the establishment. They're part of the organization and reorganization and the reestablishing and the rebuilding. These people are personnel. So there's always a balance. So as we grow, we're always growing. So when you have that, then you're going to understand what we need to do. So you're going to remember how the Most High humbled you and led you and led thee, and in hunger and fed thee with the manna which you knew not. You didn't know about manna. You found out about it along the way. Nor thy fathers had known, that he might make thee to know that man liveth not by bread only. I know some of you have heard that before, right? This is why we're getting rid of the test a lot.
Yeah. Because it's so way out of context.
So how the Most High humbled you, and led thee hunger, and fed thee, and with manna which thou know not, you didn't know about it, nor thy fathers had known, that he might make thee to know that man liveth not by bread only, but by all that is created by the word of Yah does man live. Man lives by all. You see that right there?
Yes, I do. All that is created by the word
Of Yah. All that is created. You live by all that is created. Not every word, but all that is created by the word. So everything has an instruction, and the instruction created it to do its job. The instruction, the word of Yah, created the thing to do its job. So now, here is the law I'm giving to you, and you, my brethren, I'm only talking to my people. You are created to do the job. Nobody and nothing else can or will. We'll be back after this. All right. So, I hope you guys caught that.
Yes, sir.
So, the word created things to do its job according to the word, according to the instruction.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the word is not a person. We're talking about the memra.
Mm-hmm.
This is an instruction.
Mm-hmm.
So, we, Bani Israel, right? Before the Most High created Adam, there was this law for what Adam needed to be and what needed to be achieved from him. Right? When the Most High selected Abraham, he's saying, out of this man will come the seed and the supports.
Yes. Seed and the supports.
Right? When he got down to Egypt, he said, this is my people. Here it is. This group right here. And now everyone else at the appointed time, when I bring them back out of 400 years of captivity, then these people will be what this law states. They will do what this law says. And of those of them who don't, I will kill them. So here we are. Okay? So the word created everything to do its job. And right now, all of your enemies whom you live amongst, they were all created for this moment to consume you. You who will not listen. So it's okay that you go and that you die. That is absolutely fine. And it's okay if you follow the instructions and come in. That is also absolutely fine. It is part of the instruction. Okay? Now, verse 4, your raiment has not waxen old upon your bodies, and your feet have not gone without covering these 40 years. Right? Some of you don't know, but we will be receiving these uncorrupted garments in the future. There is an instruction for that. But we have to exchange garments. We have to put on the garments of our forefathers. But you know with the thoughts of your heart that as a man regardeth his child, so Yah, your Allah, has regarded you. So maybe we can stop looking for the mystical sky Negro. Maybe. I mean, you can. The mystical sky Negro coming on spaceships. This is ridiculous. So the Most High says that as a man regards his child, so like I regard my son, so has the Most High regarded his people. That's me and my brethren who serve this law like a child. Very clear. Verse number 4. So now, that's verse 5. Verse 6. Keep therefore the commandments of Yah, your Allah, to walk in the ways that are right before him and to fear him. Keep the commandments. Keep the instruction. It's not 10 commandments. That's a lie.
Thank you so much. I was just thinking that because a lot of us have this mindset that the commandments is just those what our enemies told us are 10 commands. No, that's not it.
No, there are no 10 commandments. So what you're keeping now are the decrees and the instructions to the process of rebuilding and reestablishing the kingdom. That's what commandments are. They're instructions to establish and build a process. Okay? And to walk in ways that are right. So when it says ways, this word ways is plural, right?
Yes.
Why? Because the tribe of Amram's assignment put them in a path for them to go in their way. Right? That's Amram. This is a Levite, but it's different from Merari's. It's different from Ben Aharon, the sons of Aaron. It's different from Judah. It's different from Ephraim. It's different from Zebulun, masters of the sea. Each tribe is in their way. So the ways, plural, which are right, according to what? How he made you, what he said your gifts, talents, and abilities was that you would be best suited to perform your job. To what? To the nation. And to fear him. So again, a lot of people, they hear this word fear of the Most High and they have no idea what is being talked about, what is being said. So the fear of the Most High is when the instruction comes down the chain, we accept it and we do it. That's it. That's how it works. If the instruction is we don't revile and mock and curse people out, then that's the instruction. We don't do it. No reviling, no mocking. And to revile is to cuss people out and tell people off. Okay? We don't do that.
And what a lot of people don't know, that walking in that fear of Yah is what brings about modesty. It's a form of modesty.
Absolutely. We'll be right back after this. I got somebody at the door. All right, we're back. Had to take care of my neighbor. All right, so so to fear the Most High literally means to obey the instructions to how you are to behave, how you are to speak, how you are to treat others, what another person is entitled to give it to them. What? What do you mean what another person is entitled to give it to them? If I'm eating, right, I always prepare more than enough food so that if you here, you eating with me. If the Most High says don't intermarry, I'm not looking at a woman outside of my tribe, outside of my culture. That's it. The instruction is fixed. It don't matter how fine she is. She's not fine because I don't even see her. Just don't look. For Yah your Allah bringeth you into a land whose fruits are celebrated. So again, you don't get these fruits without planting them.
Right.
You have to allow yourself to understand this. You have to give yourself permission to get this. The fruits of this land are celebrated, and whose streams flow in clear waters and sweet from fountain springs, and the depths that dry not up, issuing forth among the vales and mountains.
Mm.
So we have good water.
Mm.
You can drink the water here. It's clean and pure. Unlike your water now in America. You got that chloride in there. Don't boil your water. If you got chloride in your water and you boil it, it becomes chlorine. So a lot of people think I'll boil the water and drink the boiled water. Don't do that. Distill it, purify it, and distill it. You can do that. Don't boil it. Like don't boil it and drink the boiled water. Okay?
Quick question.
Yes.
With the chloride water they have now, they can't even bathe in it, can they?
Some people, I'm gonna just tell you, if you got leather skin, do what you want. But it's you in a pickle.
You in a bad
You in a
situation.
bad situation.
Yeah.
I ain't never seen nobody jack up water like this.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I ain't never seen this in history. This, because we all got to drink water. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. So if you have skin irritations, bathe in distilled water or purified water. Get you a Kangen filter. You'll get you a super water filtration system. Filter your water. I don't know how to express this. I can't express this enough. All right? But we got clear waters over here from sweet fountain springs.
You know what I'm getting ready to say? Now everybody got to take a whole bath.
Hey, it don't even do what you got to do.
Woo,
So the water
my
where you
goodness.
are, and well, I can only speak for America because I know what's going on there. It's going to be getting jacked up, and ours will remain good. That's what he said in the land here, where we building the sanctuary here. A land producing wheat and barley, and growing vines from which cometh out wine, sweet and ripe, and a land which yieldeth figs and pomegranates, a land whose olive trees make oil, and whose palms give honey.
Ooh.
A land where it is without poverty. So when I said there's a land, right, we have to come, we can buy the land, we live on it together, because there's a law that none shall be poor.
Right, there's no poverty in the one pocket.
There's no poverty in the one pocket system. So while you are working and you are receiving a monthly stipend and you have to fulfill your services and do your jobs, you don't have any bills. You're not working and then paying rent from what you work. Now your money is really yours just to sustain you. And the more workers you have in your household, the more income and sustainment you have. That's why I tell people like it's different over here, right? Even if I pay people the minimum wage, it's about $500 a month. With no rent, no water, and no electric bill, you literally just collecting $500 a month in just pure profit. And the more busier you make yourself, you never ever spend it.
Right.
It's just piling up. Your home's a furnace, so you're not buying furniture. You don't have anything. Everything is nice, right? Like I got a TV sitting over here. I don't never use it. Everything is nice. You have everything you need. No poverty. That's not poverty, right? That's not poverty. Some of you living from paycheck to paycheck, meaning if you don't get paid this month at all, you're going to be homeless. Here, if you didn't get paid, you're not homeless and you're not hungry. It don't affect your livelihood. That's the difference between our Lord. There is no poverty. It is highly profitable. You may, without poverty, you may eat bread and want nothing. See, I told you. You eat bread. You eat and you don't want nothing.
Right. You
I'm
don't have
good.
to chase the bag.
I'm good. I don't need that junk.
Right.
I don't need Jordans and this and that. Wives, you have more than enough. Right? More than you want. You have more wives than you actually want. You got the wives you want and the wives you didn't want, you didn't ask for, but you ended up getting anyway. Y'all don't understand what I'm talking about yet, but don't worry about it. We'll get there. A land whose sages will enact decrees, unalloyed, meaning pure as refined iron, steel. It's not a mixed or mingled. They're given the decrees. They are hard, sharp, like a sword, iron, steel, and whose disciples will propound questions weighty as brass. Now, that's the students. It says they will propound. Let's look at this word propound. Right? So they will put forward ideas and or theories or considerations
By others.
that are heavy and weighty. I like weighty questions. Let me tell you why. Because right now, we just splashing out here in the kiddie pool. You think this is deep. I am in my 8th year. I'm in my 8th year. I want to take you out to the deep. Okay? When we start buying land and we start producing and we start opening the markets and building homes and houses and we have our own transports and our own everything, our own oil producers, our own wine producers, when we start really getting out into the deep, I'll show you something. I'll show you the deep things. I mean, whew, you have no idea because this doesn't come by knowing about it. You have to have done the steps to actually get out to the deep. You can't see signs nor wonders from where you sitting, except death and destruction coming. This is the only sign you are seeing. And you see it coming, and you're stuck sitting there because of your idolatrous beliefs. So, verse number 10, be mindful, therefore, in the time when you will have eaten and are satisfied, that you render thanksgiving and blessing before Yah, your Allah, for all the goodly fruit of the land which he has given you. Right? So now, if you take this opportunity and take the possession, this is the land the Most High has given us. And we're going to bless them every time we eat for the fruit of the goodly land. This is good land over here. Ain't no acid rain falling on it. Goodly land. This is the good stuff. Uncontaminated over here. Unless you forget the fear of Yah, your Allah, and you don't keep his instructions, his commandments, the decrees, his judgments, his statutes, which I am commanding you this day, lest when you shall have eaten and are satisfied, and you have builded pleasant houses to dwell in. See that?
Yes, sir.
And your oxen and sheep are multiplied, and silver and gold are increased to you, and all things you have are multiplied. So now this is what's going to happen when you come and you work with us. All of these things will happen. Why? They're planned. They're not, these things are planned and worked for and paid for, not prayed for. We have a plan. It works, and we're going to work it, and we're going to get these things because the Most High is going to ensure His plan that it works. You have insurance. You have assurance too. So after you get these things, now here's the problem, and this is where we're going to lose some folk.
Yeah.
Your heart be lifted up, and you forget the fear of Yah your Allah, who brought you out free from the land of Mitzrayim and from the house of affliction of slaves. So now, when you forget, I know what happens. You start saying, I am so-and-so. And I don't have to. And why can't we? When you start getting that mindset, you're not going to be here long.
It's you obeyed to get it, so you gotta obey to maintain it. Ain't no changing up on that.
The order don't change. And when we get an instruction and we got to change the thing, man, why we gotta? Don't forget, you don't know the way. So now we're gonna have to deal with this issue.
Yeah.
Okay? The Most High said right here.
Yes, He does.
Because they did it when they came out of Egypt, and He said, I'm going to try you too. So we're going to get this. I'm already prepared. I'm ready. I'm ready to take it on head on. Step one, day one, rebuilding, just like Josiah. He was 8 years old. I'm in my 8th year. Here we go. Let's go. Let's take these steps. Right? So the Most High says in verse 15, who led thee in mercy, though that great and fearful desert, through the great and fearful desert, a place abounding in burning serpents and scorpions with stings, a place where there is thirst, but no water, but where He brought thee forth water out of the hard rock, and fed thee in the desert with manna, which thy fathers knew not, to humble thee and prove thee, that He may do thee good in thine end. So now, you know, the Most High said, come to the desert. We here. Yeah, there's snakes, scorpions, it's dry, it's all of that. You're supposed to come here. You're supposed to build here. And the Most High is doing this to prove you that He may do you good in your end. The end of this is good for you. This is good for me too, because I'm doing it with you. Well, I'm out here doing it without you too. But I'm getting mine. You can do what you want. Here comes a warning. Beware that you say not in your heart, our strength and the might of our hands have obtained us all these riches. So when you get rich, because you're going to, believe me, don't think like this. So you see how the judgments is how you think. It's telling you, think this way. Don't think that way. Think like, wow, because the Most High told us what to do and we did it, look, we got all of this. Alhamdulillah, blessed to the God that He did this for us. I can't wait for the next instruction to see how else he plans to bless us.
And too, as well, what I've just seen here, the provisions that Yah gave was to humble us, not for us to be exalted,
Right.
but it was to humble.
Yeah. First of all, I'm going to explain humble. It means to be humiliated.
Yeah.
Right? So we've suffered the humiliation of the nations, being a lowly and a scattered people, being stripped of our name, stripped of our land. It is humiliating, right? But it is unnormal. It is not what everybody else in the world is doing. It doesn't apply to their systems and their knowledge and their workings. That's what it means.
Right.
It means that it's opposite how they do things. So it is peculiar. Well, that peculiarness is humiliating. And it is that humiliation that the Most High recompenses you with the reward for being obedient.
Because it's proving us at the same time.
It's proving you are the people. That's what it's proving. To prove you. So to prove you are Israelite, you have to come here and do this. If not, you violated the covenant unto your own death. You've earned it.
And for some people, being farmers is humiliating.
Absolutely.
For so many.
I'm going to be right out here tilling.
Tilling the ground.
I'm going to be right out here farming. You can do what you want. I'm going to do what it says do. You do whatever. So the humiliating part. So again, it's telling you what to think and what not to think. This is a judgment. Don't think like this.
That's right.
Don't think like we did the work. We did this is because we did the work that we even have this. No. It's because the instruction.
Right.
It's not because you did the work.
Right.
You doing the work is the second half of the plan.
Right.
The plan came first.
Right.
And if you were so smart, then you would have done it this way
from the very beginning.
Before.
Right.
Why does it have to fall down to be in my hands? Right? That means the 400 years in captivity, anybody could have done this and figured it out. And it never got figured out. The situation never got better. It fell into my hands. And now that it's fallen into my hands and I found the instructions, the problem is we are devoid of an instruction. It has to be written down. So now we have to read it and we have to do it. And it's not because you did anything in the work. Right? It's because of the instructions and then we followed them. So we're going to continue in the fear following the instructions. The ability to do it is appointed to us and it proves that we the people because we can. Because no other nation does this work for. This does not work for any other nation. It only works for us.
Right.
So only my people right now can get back and pass through the borders and be invisible. What do you mean invisible? Meaning you can come back as a tourist, innocent, come on in and come to the place and we build our own little town and do our own little thing. And it's not seen as a hostile thing. It's not. They're happy to have you, especially keeping your ancient customs and traditions. You're shepherding and you're doing cattle and sheep and you're farming. They will kiss you. They love you. Oh my God, you come back to the traditional and custom. We don't believe this. It will be a major ordeal, but you have to be here to see it.
Right.
It ain't gonna be televised. It ain't gonna be on the news. But remember, Yah your Allah, for he it is who giveth thee counsel, whereby to get wealth. To get wealth. He gave you the instruction, the counsel to make you rich. So those who come, yeah, we going to get rich. I don't talk about this too much. I talk about the work. I don't talk about the wealth.
You know, it's something else how different this reads here compared to Slim Jimmy. Because Jimmy says that is he that gives you power. But here it said counsel, whereby to get wealth. He gives you the instructions on how to receive the wealth. It's not power. You know what I mean? Because it has made, based on what it says in Slim Jimmy and what was taught by its prophets of Slim Jimmy, that, you know, it's this power, you know, that you put your foot on the neck.
It's power. It said, get it by being a Power Ranger.
Yeah.
Morphin' time.
No, it's a counsel that you get. And I know you haven't come to the second part of that yet.
That he may confirm the covenant. So if you follow the instructions, you get the wealth, which is the confirmation of the covenant. And who gets the wealth? Everybody across the board. So now, instead of it being I'm rich and you poor, no, we work, we rich.
Yes.
Everybody's rich.
Yes.
What? We have a multi-billion-dollar community. How much are you worth? Multi-billion dollars.
Right. That's
What?
how you your brother's keeper.
Right. Yeah, no, you're a multi-billionaire. What? How can all of you be multi-billionaires? We together. We all own this. We all live here and we all work for its improvement and to take care of our families and our children for many generations.
Yes.
We don't understand this.
Right. We're in this together.
How you rich and you brother poor and you make your brother a slave to you? What is this? We don't understand. But that's the system you're living in right now.
Yep.
Jay-Z is rich. Everybody else is poor. Kanye is rich. Everybody else is poor. P. Diddy is rich. Everybody else is poor. And you all help make him rich. And he does nothing for you. Oh, but his beats is slamming. All right, dummy. We'll be right back. All right.
Verse 19.
For it shall be, please understand, here's the law. So once you get here, you're not safe. It shall be, if you forget the fear of Yah your Allah and go after the idols of the Gentiles, and these means their ideas, their counsel, their laws, their ways, their systems, right? To serve and worship them, to serve their government, right? To worship upon their high places, in their houses of prayer, in their houses of worship or whatever. I testify against you this day, you will surely die. So either you here doing what we're doing, or you will die. And you will die as the people which Yah your Allah has scattered across the earth before you. So will you perish, because you were not obedient to the word of Yah your Allah. Now that's verse number 20.
Plain and direct.
Okay? tomorrow, we're going to go into chapter 9. Now, I'm going to read chapter 9 and verse 1 today. So that you have something to prepare you for what you're going to hear on tomorrow. So today is the preparatory day for the New Moon Festival. Right? It's New Moon Feast Day 1, Preparation Day. Tomorrow is the actual festival of the new moon. And you will receive this message tomorrow. Okay? So you'll see today's message will come out. And then tomorrow's message will come out tomorrow. All right? So here's what it says. Hear Israel. Shema. Hear and do this. Israel, you are this day about to pass Jordan, to enter in and possess nations greater and stronger than you, cities many and fortified to the height of heaven. Now, hold on. In case they think I made this up, you read it. I'm going to close. Hold on, look, I'm going to close my book. You read it out your book.
Hear, Shema, Israel, you are this day about to pass Jordan, to enter in and possess nations, the country of greater and stronger than you, and cities many and fortified to the height of heaven.
All right. I see you all tomorrow. And you do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? You figure it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do. All right. One step at a time, one day at a time.
Wow.